Over the past year I've been living in Scotland, I've had the opportunity to visit a number of different burial sites. Wherever you find yourself in Scotland, there tends to be a number of cemeteries and kirkyards nearby, perhaps even a Neolithic burial chamber. They are truly fascinating places. Not only do you get an opportunity to learn a bit about the past, but also some insights into the contemporary society. In this video, I'll introduce you to 5 different burial sites that are worth looking out for and of course exploring if you find them. This is far from an extensive list of burial grounds, but it does cover the vast majority. Wherever you are, you're likely to find one of, maybe even all of these burial sites near you. Perhaps even a burial site that's completely different. I'm always keen to hear about it, so feel free to share below. With that, and in no particular order, we'll start with the kirkyards. In other parts of the UK, or even in other parts of the world, you might refer to them as churchyards or even just graveyards. But for the most part in Scotland, they're called kirkyards. I've got a number of videos exploring various kirkyards, which are well worth checking out. These crowded burial grounds and the kirks they surround contain the monuments and remains of everyday citizens and even prominent figures that you've likely heard of before. You might even see some Pictish stones dating back to the emergence of Christianity in the British Isles. If you're walking through the streets of pretty much any town or city, you're likely to find one. It's well worth taking a bit of a detour to have a wee wander. Next on my list are the chambered or round cairns. If you get an opportunity, you definitely have to go and check some of these out. Scotland has a large concentration of Neolithic and Bronze Age cairns, not to mention all the standing stones. Dating back between 4,000 to 6,000 years, these burial sites continue to be important and sacred spaces. It's a truly fascinating glimpse into the lives and deaths of those that actually stacked these stones. Some modern visitors have even reported various physical and emotional sensations as a result of visiting these sites. I won't speculate there. I'll just leave it to you guys to go check these places out and report back if you want to. Next up are the modern cemeteries. If you wanted to get technical, you could say that all cemeteries are burial grounds, but not all burial grounds are cemeteries. Most people use the term cemetery interchangeably, meaning any kind of collective burial ground, and that's fine by me. But for this, I'm specifically talking about burial grounds that emerged around the mid to late 19th century. They're communal and not associated with specific religious establishments. No church or kirk. Given the age and the methods used for memorialization, these are the most common and often largest of the burial grounds that you'll come across. Historically speaking, the connection is often so close that they might even be the most moving for many. One thing I like to do is see how many of the street or suburb names from the surrounding area that I can find whilst I'm wandering down the rows of the cemetery. Next up are the family burial grounds. These tend to be smaller than the kirkyards and cemeteries that you'll usually find in and around major cemeteries. Dying can be pretty expensive, so it's not that surprising most of these are associated with the well-known Scottish clans or other affluent families. A lot of the time they're not too far away from an ancestral castle, so make sure you keep your eyes open when exploring the surrounding woods. Who knows, you might even find a famous ancestor laid to rest somewhere, and I'm sure they'll love to hear about it down at the local pub. And last but not least are the disused and often abandoned historic kirkyards. Many of these still get the lawns mowed at least, but others have been left to nature. These are definitely places that you might want to take some care. They're much less likely to be on a list of places to visit, but if you're a cemetery lover, they're worth seeking out. You never know what stories you might uncover, or whatever else for that matter. There's definitely other types of burial grounds that you can discover around Scotland and certainly around the world, but this is a wee list that does capture quite a few. I'd love to hear which kind of burial site's your favourite. Maybe it was on this list, or maybe it's something completely different. Feel free to share below. That's probably enough for me for now. Gotta go pack a bag and I am off to explore some slightly different cemeteries and burial sites. Hopefully. Catch you soon.